Hello, inflation fighters. Thank you for tuning in to the Penny Nanny channel today. Just wanted to talk to you a little bit before I show you the part 2 of the organization that I did in the cabinet, which looks great, and I'm so happy I found my food processor. I just can't wait to get some cheese going in there. But anyway, I wanted to talk about wealth and our money mindset and the way our culture deals with us concerning money. When I was growing up, my grandmothers lived through the Depression, and they had the same set of dishes from the time I was a child until they passed. And what that told me is that they were very frugal. My grandmother would use her coffee grounds twice, and never really complained about it or talked like she had it so bad or things like that. It was just a practice that they began, during that time, just to be frugal with everything. Not eating an entire potato for a meal or even half a potato, having a third of a potato or things like that. So they learned how to be very frugal. But they didn't complain about it. They were just so happy to have something. And I think that our mentality needs to change a little bit that way. It's not that it should. I think that we should be able to earn as much income as we desire and work as hard as we can. But I think in the last 2 years, we've seen even our opportunities for work can dry up, or you can be ordered not to go to work. So in that regard, we've had to change things. So that's where the idea for me of shopping my house for things has worked out pretty well. And, there's things I would get, like today I'm going to show you 2 things I got for Christmas. One a couple of years ago and one just this past Christmas. That I never really took out and used, including the equipment I'm talking to you with, and this ring light, this, and my handle holder for my phone were both gifts from my son. I was going to start a YouTube channel regarding cleaning and things like that before I became injured, and so I had all of the equipment here. I just put it to use. And one thing I will leave you with here, at least, is to start before you're ready. If you want to start making more income somehow, some way, or try something new, or take a class, learn something you didn't know before, start before you're ready. Don't wait till you're ready, because you might never be. So, and this sign is the thing I got for Christmas a couple years ago from my husband. And generally I was using it just for having, saying Happy Easter, Merry Christmas, those kind of things, Happy Birthday. So now I'm able to use it for something else, which is great. I also was looking for a mixing bowl, and I went online, and of course, they're not real inexpensive. So, what I decided to use instead is the inner part of an old slow cooker that we had. It's round, it works just fine. So I'm going to keep using it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm using what we have here. I didn't have to buy anything, and here we have it. So it's great. Some of the things I've been doing today are making bread. Sorry about the dogs. Somebody might be home here. Might have just gotten home. I did some bread that is thawing. Now this is an entire loaf. I've never done an entire loaf like this before. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a lot more done down here. But it's taking longer to, it's also taking longer to proof. Although when you do it at room temperature, then it does take a little bit, it's like 2 to 3 hours, I think they said, but it's taking longer than that today. It might be because it's chillier up here than it normally is, but yeah. And so I'm using parchment paper on here, and I can reuse this when it's done. Plastic wrap you really can't use because it gets dirty, but this I can, you know, certainly pop in the oven on the flip side and use it for a purpose. So, all right, so let's get to the organization. And the camera's going to be shaky. Sorry about that. Oops. All right. So, you remember what the cabinet looked like yesterday? Let's take a look at it here. We got everything in here that we could need. Things were put where they actually belonged by other things. I did discover, also come across a milkshake blade for our blender that we've had forever. So yeah, so here's the food processor, yay! And it's a little too tall for the cabinet, but I do have like the top portions here. And then I have my knife, which my son has been using for filleting fish, my blender, my egg cooker, which I've been using, and anything else I'm not going to be using, I'm just putting up on the top shelf. But I'm making sure it's small appliances, so that's it for my organization tips today. Be well, be blessed, and know you're taken care of.